performance?
It's great. I love the fact that he played 31 minutes. I wasn't sure how many minutes we'd play him. We were kind of basing it on how tired he looked, and so his conditioning was great. And I thought as the game went on, he found a good rhythm, and it was a really good night for us.
Was he kind of campaign last run to stay in, or were you?
He was, but he always does. Kevin wants to play 48 minutes every night, so we have to tell him he's not allowed to do that. So but 31 was about as high as I could have imagined going with him, and he wanted to keep going, but I think that was about the right number.
Aside from the opening dunk and maybe getting knocked to the floor there early in the fourth quarter, do you think that just the time on the floor was the most important thing for him?
Yeah, just to feel it again, just to get back and have to play defense and fight through screens and rotate and all that stuff, and then you could see that he felt better with his shot. I think in the second half it started to come, and that's to be expected. First game back, it's going to take a little while to get the jump shot going, but he had 10 rebounds and 6 assists, and he just and I thought he moved better without the ball in the second half too. He just seemed more in the flow with the rest of the guys.
I was going to ask, but the defensive rebounding when you talked to him,
Yeah.
did you see that out of him? 9 defensive rebounds.
Yeah.
You guys beat him on the boards for sure.
Yeah, that was a big part of the game for us. 53-34. So we had 10 more field goal attempts than they did, and we took care of the ball. That's what I was really pleased about offensively. We didn't do much in the first half, but we didn't turn it over, and so we weren't giving them any easy baskets in transition. So by the end of the game, I think we ended up with 9 turnovers. I think 4 of them were in the last few minutes. So we really had a good game, taking care of the ball and defending. And when we do those two things, we're usually pretty tough to beat.
I guess we're negative. Is this pretty minor, or do you have any?
It seems pretty minor, but we'll just have an update, I guess, the next couple of days. But I talked to Matt after the game. He didn't think it was too bad.
I know you weren't worried about the result, but the guys seem to sure want to win that one big, and you got contributions from just about everybody.
Yeah. I mean, we should win that game. I mean, they're resting, or they've got injuries, and to their big guns, and we're heading into the playoffs, trying to enter on a good groove, and so good effort, really good effort. I thought a lot of guys played really well. Sean Livingston and Andre were both fantastic again. JaVale gave us a good bump off the bench. Patrick and Ian came in and gave us good minutes as well. So, it was a good, solid night for us.
It looked like Draymond also kind of went off because he looked energetic and his three ball was going. What did you see from him?
We only played 21 minutes, which probably is a season low for him, if I'm not mistaken. But I loved his energy. It was just right for Draymond. He didn't need much more than that. It was just more rhythm, and when he makes threes, it changes everything because people leave him open, and we're moving the ball. He's out on the perimeter. If he knocks a few of those down, we're usually in great shape.
Steve, you got 2 more games, but when you get into the playoffs, the chances are you're going to play mostly out west. It looks like it anyway. How much of an advantage is it going to be not having to get on that plane, go to Memphis, go to New Orleans, go to Houston, and instead stay within an hour's time zone?
Yeah, well, we like that. It seems like we've spent a lot of time in the central time zone the last couple of years in the playoffs. So we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out, but. The main thing is obviously just being healthy and in a good groove heading into the first game.
Over the last couple of years, about how it's hard. Sometimes it's easier to keep a guy out than play them, like let's say 20 minutes or so. We saw that with Draymond tonight. Is that something that might be a part of the next couple games before
Say that again. It's harder.
Well, so you had talked in other years about how sometimes it's easier to just keep a guy out rather than play them like 20 minutes.
Oh.
Is that but it looked like that really did help out Draymond tonight. Is that something that might be a part of the next couple of games?
I might rest somebody Monday. I won't rest anybody Wednesday. Thinking about Clay on Monday. He's played a lot of minutes this year. We could give him the night off. We'll let you know. Everybody else, I think, will be playing. Steph should be back. But I think this is kind of what you'll probably see the next couple of nights. A lot of guys playing, 25, 28 minutes. Maybe we bump KD up a little bit to increase his conditioning capacity, but this is probably indicative of what you'll see.
You and KD game went before you took the floor to start the game. What was that moment like from your perspective?
I don't even remember what we were laughing about. I was just excited to see him back out there. I was happy for him. I mean, it's been 5 weeks, and obviously it was a huge scare. The injury was, at first we thought was season ending, and so I was just happy for him that he was back out here and where he needs to be. He's been getting grumpy the last week or so, so it was time. It was time for him to play.
Great, thank you. We will have Clay in here in